Yeah. Yeah. Guess who came back with a large fucking fist to eat the Brooklyn blast furnace? I brought your ugly bitch with me. Your shit is sus. Ain't nobody trying to hear you talk. When Jimmy's on the mic, they take your whack shit and turn it off. It's real life, not them stories that you punks say. He made it out alive, and he's relatively unscathed. So subscribe to the podcast and share the post and tell your stupid friends to do the same. You heard it here from Coast.
Once again, another episode of the Brooklyn Blast Furnace podcast. And you know what? Before I came on, I wanted to see exactly when the last time you were on, but it was years ago, dude. My friend over here, Jeff Enrage, the Shaolin Landfill King.
Hey,
there it is. It was way pre-COVID.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was. I was 35 pounds ago. That's how I measure things now.
Nice. Yeah, we were in a diner somewhere on Staten Island.
Yeah, we were in a diner on Staten Island, and I remember because I was still like kind of skinny, so I probably got lentils or something. Yeah, that's how big everything.
You know what? I swear to God, you're a sick bastard because I really think you got lentil soup.
I absolutely got lentil because that's all I ate every day. I get lentil. I lost 100 and something 10 pounds for 12 pounds by eating lentils every day.
Really?
So when you said go to the diner, I was like, perfect, I'm going to get lentils. Yeah.
That's so funny, dude. Did you get sick of lentil soup?
No.
It's delicious, isn't it?
I never got sick of it. No. And then after COVID, I became like a statistic. I gained like 50 pounds. I gained like almost half of it back. And then now I'm down like 20 something. So I'm still like 30 pounds overweight. So I base everything on that. My timeline is all based on how fat I am or not.
That's well, listen. I saw you last Sunday, and you're not like a fucking big fat bastard by any means.
No, I'm like a regular chubby guy. Like I'm like a regular dude now.
But you're also like how tall? You're like 6'19". Like you're like all sorts of fucking tall.
Yeah, I noticed.
6'5"?
Some of the 6'5". So on the pictures that you took and some of the videos, I look at it, I'm like, my God, I'm like standing over everybody. I'm like a giant. Yeah, I'm a giant.
But you've always been that way, though, because I seen Enrage play way back in the day at L'Amour's and shit, in like 1992 and shit, and you were always like a giant on the stage.
Yeah. I was, this a big. That's when I used to look like Haystacks Calhoun. That's
right. I wasn't gonna go Haystacks Calhoun. I was gonna say the Giant before he became the Big Show.
Yes,
I think that's more appropriate.
I've been called that a lot.
Have
a lot of people. All the time.
Really?
When I was a teacher, the kids would be like, it's a Big Show. Like I'm walking down the hallway, they clown on me, call me the Big Show.
You fucking walk in with a singlet on one day.
I'm going to do it. I should buy a singlet.
You should. That'd be amazing.
I kind of look like the Big Show meets Hagrid from Harry Potter. Like I had that look going.
That guy looks like a savage animal.
That look never really went well at the hardcore shows either. Walking in the room and like the singer. Now it's cool, but back then,
it's
like
this,
a hardcore show and the big long haired guy.
Yeah, it's like the bass player for like Napalm Death. Shane Embury. Have that guy walk through the doors and say, "What's happening?"
Yeah, that would do. Now because he's in Napalm Death, it's cool. But if you're not in Napalm Death, that's not a good look. No,
it's
not for me.
That's hilarious.
That was my life. That was my life.
It's fucking funny. So are you still like on the program? You still eating lentils, or what are you doing? It's summertime. You got to be barbecuing.
Obviously not. As you can see, no, I go back and forth. Like there's a part of me that's like, all right, I've been the same weight now since 2020. I have, I was more actually. So I'm like, I could live with this 30 pounds, but I'm getting older, and it's not even about vanity. It's like my knee hurts, like things like that. So I want to lose the weight because of like health reasons. That's why I did it the first time. So this time, even though I'm like, all right, I look okay. But like after the show, the wonderful show that you put together.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
The next day,
I haven't spoken about that on this yet, so we'll talk.
My knee was killing me. I wasn't like jumping around, I was doing a little shuffle, but I wasn't like, I'm not jumping around like a maniac. And I'm like, it hit me. I'm like, I gotta get back in. I gotta lose some of this weight because at my age, 30 pounds is a lot going up and down the stairs.
How old are you?
I'm 53.
All right. Well, you got you have 4 years on me. All right.
Yeah. That's a lot when you're overweight and you're 6'5". So I gotta get back, So it's all about health now. Mm-hmm. And I just ate, even though I just ate pizza, I literally just ate pizza, and I'm talking about my health. Whatever.
Listen, every once in a while, a slice of pizza ain't gonna kill you. You can't deprive yourself.
No.
You can't deprive yourself. Or else you fall off. Next thing you know, you're buying boxes of cannolis and Napoleons. You can't do that.
Thank God I don't eat pastry. I don't eat sweets. Thank God.
Really?
Or else I'd be like one of those people that Richard Simmons would have to come rescue because I don't eat any sweets. You can put me in Italian bakery. Nothing. Really? Italian bakery, I'm walk right in, walk out, nothing in there.
Yeah, I'm not really a big cake or cookie guy. I like chocolate. I eat frozen chocolate like a fucking weirdo.
You give me a little ice cream, I'm okay. This sounds like a movie Fat Cell with Dom DeLouise.
Fine, it's a great movie. Rest in peace, Dom DeLouise. I visited his grave not that long ago.
What's that?
I visited Dom DeLouise.
What? You watched the movie recently?
No, I visited his grave.
Oh, his grave. Where is it?
He's in Calvary in Queens.
No.
Swear to God. He's not. He's like right across the road from fucking Paulie Walnuts.
Really?
Yeah.
I may have to go to the Mecca to go see.
I'll give you the exact location. I do this shit all the time, bro. I'm walking around traipsing around cemeteries all the time like a weirdo.
I would love
visit everybody, dude. I visit everybody. Mobsters. You know how many times I went and I sat down on the bench and said, "What's up to John Gotti?" Million. Because I can. Swear to God. It's like in the next row. It's like the next row is like Neil DeLaCroix, the underboss. Really? Yeah, Carlo Gambino is in the same one.
I didn't know that.
Lucky Luciano is there. Vito Genovese is there. St. John's in Queens is the mafia cemetery. Everyone is there except for a handful. Like Crazy Joe Gallo and Albert Anastasia are both in Greenwood. There's a whole bunch of them in Calvary, but like Carmine Galante, the guy that got killed with the cigar in his mouth, he's in fucking St. John's.
I never knew.
In St. John's. Bro, we'll go to L&B and then we'll go to St. John's and we'll do a who's who of the mafia graves.
I'm in. Bring me in.
I know where they're all at. All of them.
I'm in. Count me in. I'll go in a second. Yeah, as long as I get to see Dom DeLouise too, then I'm in.
Yeah, he's in Calvary. He's in a fucked up place though. It's weird. His tombstone is like 2 tombstones off of the fucking whatever fucking avenue that is, like right underneath the overpass.
What?
Yeah.
That's
a fucked up spot, man. Yeah, it's like Lefty Two Guns is in a good spot, but Dom DeLouise is underneath the fucking overpass. Like he's a
I almost got. Do you remember when he was a superhero in the Cannonball Run?
Of course I do.
Yeah, I almost got that tattooed on me. Him as the captain, whatever he was.
Why don't you?
I know. I keep saying I'm gonna do it
now.
I know. I almost got it. I mean, I had
your age. I don't want to hear about your age either, because 2 days ago I got fucking more fucking shit done to my arm, so I don't care.
I got my back done about 5 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. Okay. I got my back done, and I was the biggest fucking baby with my back. For some reason, the back hurt. Like I got my armpit. Nothing hurt me. Yeah. So I saw the back will be fine. Dude, I was like a bitch. I was like tapping out. I was doing like increments of like 90 minutes, and then I have to come back a month later. I haven't got a tattoo since I got my back done because I was such a baby.
You know, as we get older, I feel like we get softer. Like when you're 18, you're like a half a tough guy, and you're like, yeah. Now, bro, I tell you, every single time I've been getting my left arm finished, it's like almost like my 5th sitting. I have like one more, And it's like every single time I sit in the chair, I'm like, this fucking sucks, bro. And even my tattoo artist, he's like my brother. He's like, yeah, dude, it sucks. He's like, it's not fun anymore. It's just not.
No.
It's annoying.
So I haven't gotten anything since then because like I'm a big baby now. And this arm is clean. I got two things in this arm. This arm's all filled. The back is filled. So I always keep saying I'm going to get this done. And I never do it because I'm a big pussy. I'm a big baby.
I had to because my whole right arm is done. And then I had my hand done, but like nothing, like, and I had shit up here, but like most of my arm was blank. So from a distance, and like even like in pictures, it looks like I have like a batter's glove on. Like one fucking, like an Andrew Dice Clay fucking fingerless glove. Like
I love these references. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's what I felt like. I'm like, this has to stop. People are annoying me at work. They're like, dude, what are you doing? It just doesn't look right. I'm like, I know. I'm like, well, uneven and shit.
I always said after I got out of teaching, I would get my hand done, and I never did because I'm a baby, so I never did.
Whatever.
I'm a big baby.
Yeah. So the giant before he's the big show. That's you now.
Yeah, and then so if I shaved my head and I grew a goatee, I would even be more so like him.
Yeah, there you go.
People have sent me memes.
You could just grow your hair long again.
I know. Yeah, people have sent me like memes, like they busted my chops. There's one of him, what's his name, Paul White, whatever his real name is, and he's wearing like a Dickies jacket, and he's wearing a Dickies hat, like and it says like every hardcore singer right now. And there was a meme, and people, I wake up one day, I got 10 of them. Looks like you.
Of course you do.
They're like, I know. I've literally worn that. Like I've worn that. I know. Like bust my balls. I know.
Yeah, man. Fuck. Well, listen, like I said, like I haven't spoken, online and in person and shit, but I haven't spoken like on this at all. This is the first episode I'm doing since before the benefit that I had the idea of, but everyone else fucking pulled together and made happen. That shit was awesome, dude.
Dude.
It was such a fucking amazing turnout, which I had a feeling it was gonna be. But
I knew the turnout would be great. That I knew. I knew you were gonna do.
Yeah, I'm not gonna disclose. I'll tell you off of this. I'm not gonna disclose how much money I raised, but it was a lot more than I expected. And
beautiful.
At the end of the night, actually, I'll just message it to you right now. I don't know if you're on your phone or not, but I handed over the cash to Eddie's sister, and she was floored. And she was floored. You got it?
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was just like, holy shit. I didn't expect that much. I expected a couple less. But yeah, man, it was incredible. From it was great. And the doors were open. Technically they were open at 3, but at 2:30, the place was halfway packed. Like I was still setting up, and I was just like, okay, wristbands. I wasn't even fully set up yet, but I wasn't complaining. I'm like, of course,
right.
But but you killed it, and I was like, what songs are you doing? And you're like, I don't know, there must have been some sort of a glitch in the Matrix or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened. I don't know how I did okay. I was nervous. It's funny. I'm never nervous. That was the first time decades where I was like shitting.
Yeah.
I was like, how am I going to do this? Because I'm like, his family's there and I got to sing.
Yeah.
And like even my wife, when she heard the song, she was like, you can't sing this.
You wound up doing Who's to Blame?
Yeah, the most singing song, and No Heroes.
And No Heroes, the two singingest songs ever.
No, not No Heroes. I'm wrong. Who's to Blame and Make Me an Offer.
And dude. Yeah.
Even worse. Yeah. So I don't know, but then they whispered to me, we go one key lower. I was like, oh, thank God. Yeah. All right, good. But it turned out, I mean, I think once I got up there, I wasn't that nervous anymore, and
Yeah.
I was like, all right,
Have a drink, settle your nerves.
I had a couple. I never drink before I go on stage. That day, I was like, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
and I'm okay. I'm all right. I was a little,
Yeah.
I usually drink after we get up to stage, but that day I had a few before I got on, and I was like, I'm all right. I'm okay.
Yeah.
It turned out okay.
Yeah,
And,
but I get it. There was pressure. I mean, Eddie's two sisters were there, Tracy and Linda,
Yeah.
and two of Eddie's nieces were there, Tracy's daughter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this is like,
yeah,
exactly. And I've always said, like, over and over, like, about Leeway was that he could sing. And I remember years ago, like, I knew people who didn't like Leeway because he sang too much. Like, I don't like him. He sounds too singy. It's not hardcore, stupid bullshit. And I was like, this is why I love them. I'm like,
yeah.
This guy had
nobody sounded like Eddie. Nobody had a stage presence like Eddie.
No.
He always used to say, what did Artie? Shout out to Artie Alexander from Damn Your Eyes, and who played with Eddie the last several years of his life. What did he say? He quoted Eddie. He's like, no matter what, you always have to have that dick swing.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's a perfect analogy for how Eddie's presence was.
Yeah.
He just had that dick swing, like that.
Yeah.
That swagger, I guess you could call it.
He was a front man, and he and I'm always saying, in a good way, like in a good way,
100%, absolutely, bro. What top 3 all time in my book?
Yeah, me too. So to me, that's why I was so intimidated.
Yeah,
at the Lucky 13 show, because I'm like, this is one of the guys I look up to. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
but
I think we all did. I mean, that's how. I mean, that's what. I mean, just like you. I mean, I know that you're into metal. I mean, you do Twisted Sister covers and shit like that, which is awesome, because Twisted Sister and Motley Crue are the two bands that launched me into listening to heavy music. And then I got into the harder stuff, and then I got into Suicidal Tendencies, and Leeway opened for them at L'Amour's, and I had heard of Leeway, and I never heard them though. And that was the night where I found Leeway, and and Eddie always used to apologize to me, because I was like, that show was what got me into the hardcore shit. And he's like, I'm sorry, B. I'm sorry, B. I'm like, it's all right, bro. I appreciate it, So, but yeah, man, it was a huge fucking, obviously. I mean, I'm not saying anything that nobody already knows, if they know, but it was a huge fucking loss, and it really sucked. And I took it really hard, man. Like, I'd say sometimes I feel like I'm an asshole without trying to be an asshole, because I've had so many people in my life come and go or die. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's almost like, all right, like a friend of mine dies. It's like not Eddie, but someone else. And it's just like, it sucks, and I'm sad, but I can't seem to like drop a tear for a friend of mine anymore. You know what I mean? But I'll admit it right here, bro. I dropped a tear when I heard about Eddie. Like, I don't know. It hit me a fucking way. And that's when, once I like got my, composure and shit, that's when I was like, you know what? I haven't booked a show in years, 2018. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll just come out of retirement and just do a one-off, just to, if it helps a little bit or if it helps a lot. It really wasn't my thing. It was like, I just wanted to put something together and do something respectful and honor our friend. Yeah. Any way I could, and if a few dollars helps, then beautiful. It's a bonus, know. But I know they would. And shout out to his sisters. They have been nothing but unbelievably thankful and gracious, and they're just awesome. And I never met them. I met them at Eddie's wake briefly. Okay, right, yeah. And then I went out to Artie's house out on Long Island, and we had a conversation, and we were talking about the ins and the outs of what I was thinking about doing and all this stuff. And then, which was a good thing, because I didn't want to meet them briefly at a funeral home and then at the show. It's like, no. Yeah. You know what I mean? And one of my prized things is, because Eddie was living with Artie in that house that I went to, and he showed me where Eddie was staying and stuff like that. And Eddie had a whole bunch of stuff still in a closet. 90% of it was fucking baseball cards. right?
Yeah.
Baseball cards upon boxes and boxes of baseball cards, some flyers, some show flyers, some posters and stuff. And I was helping Artie take some stuff out to his sister's truck, and something fell out, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Were these Eddie's?" They were like, "Yeah." I was like, "You could have them if you want." So I have a pair of Eddie's shades. You know,
Wow.
so they were like, "Yeah, you can keep them if you want." I was like, "Where did you get them?" He's like, "Oh, they probably stole them from some roadside gas station on tour or something like that." I'm like, "Yeah, probably, but it's all good." So I have a pair of Eddie shades, and it's kind of like means a lot. So
That's very cool. Yeah.
yeah, man,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but yeah, it was an awesome turnout, and yeah, man, it was great. Like I appreciate you. Like you actually, before I even asked you, you were like, if there's anything, even if it's promo, like I'm down to help.
Right. I was like, just if you want me to share your flyer or whatever, I want to do something to help out. That's how I looked at it. Anything I can do to help out, I wanted to help out.
Yeah, and so many people did that, man. I think you were one of the first ones, honestly. And then and that was super early too.
Yeah.
And once because Artie basically took the reins on the whole tribute set. There were a lot of moving parts and all that stuff. So he's like, I'll take care of that. That's why it's like I can't take all the credit, because if it wasn't for Artie, that Leeway set wouldn't have been anything like it was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and what did I do? I reached out to a few people and they agreed right off the bat to do it. So that's what I did. I made a flyer, I promoted it, whatever. But I forgot my whole point. But yeah, man, it was yeah, that whole Leeway tribute was amazing. You know, I mean, Maddie Pasta came through, and Dank and Mimi from the band Fuck It. She was awesome. Drew Stone did Kingpin, which was fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know, it was Dank did Mark and a Squealer, which was cool. You know, and
Mimi sounded great. Mimi's great, man. She's
awesome. She fucking killed it. And to open up with Foot the Bill, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like,
she's good. She's good.
Fucking great. And then I wound up, I reached out, and like the day after the show, I got a regular text from Lou, sick of it all. Because I asked him originally, because I looked at their touring schedule, and I saw that they were going to be home on tour. So I'm cool with Lou. He's a friend of mine. He's one of the, come on, background vocals and all that stuff.
Yeah.
How long do we know Lou? And, I asked him, would you want to come down? Obviously no fucking pressure. Come down to Lucky 13 and like do a song for the Leeway set. Maybe something more screamy, like Rise and Fall or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
More down his, in his wheel. And he was like, I'll figure it out, see what's going on, but like, sounds good. So then I didn't hear from him, and I'm not going to break his balls because he has a family and he's in between tours and all that shit. So I'm not going to break his chops. Friends don't do that shit. So, and then the next day after the show, he hit me up like in the morning and he asked how it was. And that's when he told me the news about him. And I was, Jesus fucking Christ. And then like 2 hours later, he did the post. I kind of knew something, but he didn't tell me really. And then I saw the post that he did on the Sick of It All page. And I'm like, all right, he put it out there, But what a beautiful, beautiful thing is that within like 36 hours, it's already almost like $10,000. The last I looked, it was almost $10,000 past the goal of $200,000. Yeah. Yeah. So, and
because the fans who love Sick of It All, but then everyone. We love Lou, like he's awesome.
Yeah.
So everybody, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, of course. And I texted him, like I didn't want to break his chops. He's going through a lot. God only knows. His phone's probably fucking flying off the walls. I just sent him a text. I was like, dude, I absolutely love, the love and the support that you got over the last 24 hours. And he just basically said, he's like, it's crazy. He's like, honestly, it's humbling. And I have no words. I was like, dude, it speaks volumes about your character. It speaks volumes about you, bro.
No, he's a good dude, man. Yeah. And it's the same thing. It's like, it's weird. Yeah, we've had this conversation. It's almost like in the hardcore scene, it's like you're not supposed to show reverence for the bands that you respect because you don't want to look like you're kissing ass too much.
Fuck all that.
I'm the same way. Like, fuck it.
All that, man.
Fuck it, yeah. And I'm always like, Sick of It All, and they're a huge influence on so many people. And then you've learned that they're cool guys and nice, genuine, good people. So yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah,
how could you
it's a
not?
no-brainer. You
Yeah,
never hear
exactly.
any bullshit. You never hear no shit talk. You never hear no high school bullshit. They're a professional band who's a fucking machine who has not put out a bad record. And I mean, I can't even put it on a scale, but the only other band that I could think of in the hardcore scene that works hard, like as hard as them, is Agnostic Front.
Yeah, I was gonna say, saying that's it. Yeah,
that's it. It's Sick of Old Agnostic Front. Nobody else works harder than those two bands.
No,
And they're the fucking greatest.
Yeah. It's this weird thing in the community. It's like, I think, like, in the metal world, as a fan, you revere bands too much to an extent, and that's the point. They're like godlike,
Yes.
And so you look at them like they're more than human. So then when you get into like punk and hardcore, it's like, oh, they're just like us, which is true.
Yeah.
But then it almost took like a left turn. Like, God forbid you show somebody respect. Like, no, you can't show them too much respect because then you look like a ball hugger. I'm like, no, these guys are the fucking shit.
Yeah, man.
Shit, I was saying, like, Leeway is one of the reasons I got into doing this. Sick of Roll is one of the reasons I got into doing this. So I'm always gonna give them their flowers. They always should get their flowers. That's how
100%.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, me too. I don't care about all that shit. What do you want to say? I'm a ball hugger. I'm this. I'm that. I'm like a groupie. Get the fuck out of here. These are good dudes. I respect what they do. I love their music and have loved their shit. Dude, Victim in Pain turned 40 years old this year.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. It's like, how do you not respect and fucking talk about these people?
Right. That's my view. You got to keep their names out there so people know.
Yeah.
That's my view.
Every other fucking jerk off on the planet is screaming Slayer. It's like, but it's like, come on. It's like, we get that. We everyone knows Slayer.
Right.
Scream a little bit of Leeway. Give some props.
I say all the time, like, the first time I saw Leeway, the impact it had on me, because, like, I still have my long hair. I've said this 1,000 times. I had my long hair, and I would stay in the back because I didn't want to get my ass kicked, because you couldn't have long hair bullshit. And I look up, and there's Mike Gibbons with long hair headbanging.
Yep. And
then Eddie comes out, and he's singing clear as day. And I was like, in this world, I've never seen anything like this picture.
Right. Well, that was like the same shit with me. And it sounds so cliche for me to literally say that Leeway changed my life. And it's a fact. It's not some bumper sticker, empty fucking slogan bullshit. It's a fact. Because I'm listening to fucking Metallica and Maiden and Testament and Violence and all these bands, and it's all getting Slayer and shit. So, and it's all gimmick. You see, there's bullet belts and mullets and fucking spikes and shit. I go to L'Amour's, White Zombie opens up. They look like a bunch of homeless dirtbags because they didn't have a record deal yet with Geffen. They still were touring in a van. And then with Suicidal, which we all know, they all have long hairs. The only gimmick is Mike's fucking bandana.
Yeah.
And then here comes Leeway comes out, and Eddie doesn't come out. They opened up with The Future Ain't What It Used to Be, but Desperate Message wasn't even out yet. And that whole set is on YouTube, by the way. And everyone is out there, and I'm like, all right, well, there's Zowie, and there's Mike with long hair, and there's an Asian guy behind the drums with long hair. All right, well, that's a little bit different. But then look at AJ Novello. This guy looks like he has like cut off jeans and a Yankee hat and a clean shaven. I'm like, okay. And then here comes Eddie, all 92 pounds of him, wearing a friggin' hat with floppy ears, and he comes out and he destroys it. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. Like, these guys look like they just came off of their fucking construction job and hopped on stage. These guys look like regular guys.
Yeah.
It was like, I felt, it sounds so stupid, but you felt the connection with these guys.
Yeah. But like we said before, Eddie also had this swagger.
Yeah.
It's a very rare thing to have, to be a regular looking guy, but still have that
larger than life fucking stage presence.
And that's a rare thing to have, to have both in your hand. So, he's gonna be missed,
100%. Yeah. I got my Leeway tattoo.
Oh.
All right.
There. Okay. Oh, I see it. Yeah.
And you know what's You know, it's fucked up and ironic because I heard about his condition and stuff, and that he was in hospice. And it was Friday, and I got off the train I was about to come home from work, and I stopped and I turned around and I looked down the block. I was like, it's like 5 blocks to go to the fucking tattoo shop. Let me see if they can just squeeze me in. I walked all the way there. Asked, he's like, yeah, no problem. Tattooed me. The very next morning, I found out he was gone. So it was the day he passed. I got it, which was it wasn't even a plan. Like there was no plan to after work I'm going to go get tattooed. It wasn't even like that. It just popped in my head, and I just went to go get it. I had a little spot, so I'm like, all right, yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Kind of fucking weird, man.
Very, very weird. No, I hear you.
Yeah,
very weird.
Yeah. So what's going on in the world of Enrage?
We're recording, man.
Yeah, you're putting out another EP.
We're gonna do well, we got like 13 songs recorded. It's taken forever because of me. It's really all my fault, to be honest with you. Because now that I got out of teaching, I bartend every night. So it's like, you're
a Pugs, right?
Unfortunately, yeah. But so I'm still doing Pugs.
I think I give you a fucking shout out there, unfortunately.
No, anyway. But I work at like 5 different places. I'm still at Pugs, but it's almost like when I book bands now, it's almost like freelance. So all the bars in Staten Island will say, "Hey, can you bring us some bands too? Can you bring us some bands?" So like, I'm working. I'm very lucky to be working. You know what I mean? So I'm working all these different spots, and I'm bartending during the week. So like, the other guys, they have like regular jobs, so they're free on Friday night, Saturday night. And I'm like, well, those are my money nights. I can't take off unless I know way in advance.
Right.
Yeah. Or something like this came up, like I hit up the hop shop that, and I was like, I can't, I can't come in. You know what I mean? So
you could have postponed for a day that you're not getting paid, bro.
What's up?
You could have postponed with me if you wanted to.
No, I wanted to do it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, so my whole thing is like, it's taking forever, really, because of me. Because I'm like, well, I'm free, Monday at 11 o'clock at night. And they're like, yeah, dude, I got to work at 5 in the morning. I'm not.
Yeah, we're all adults now.
Yeah, and I'm also screaming in the house, my guitar player's house. He's like, he goes, I can't be screaming in there, my neighbors. So you got to do it during these hours. If you do clean vocals, you can come this time. So it's taking a year, and it's really because of me. So we recorded now we realize we have like 13 songs. It was supposed to be an EP. But now I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know if we're going to release it all. I don't want to release them all at once. I think no one gives a shit anymore about I think people listen to the first 2 songs and they throw it away.
Yeah.
I'd rather just release a couple songs and a couple months later release a couple songs. That's what I wanted.
Well, you kind of did that with Gateways, no?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I want to do again. Just a couple songs here and there. I don't know. That's my idea.
What about the I Want to Eat? But what was it? I Want to EP somebody?
Yeah, we made that right during the lockdown. Like literally, we had the idea, and then we started seeing on the news all the bullshit that you weren't able to go out, and so I ran. I was like, "Go, let's do it, let's go!" And we recorded it. We had kind of a rough thing on it, and I went to my guitar player's house and I recorded this stuff real quick before we weren't allowed to go. I mean, obviously I can go to his house, but I was like, at that time, people was, really fucking bullshitty and judgy if you went and left to go anywhere. So I was like, it was crazy. So I'm like, I recorded it real quick, and then we did that. That kind of kept us, I guess, just doing something during the whole lockdown thing. So that was fun, Yeah, and what's funny is doing the WAP song, because we never recorded Twisted Sister. And then my drummer, he's younger than us. He's he's young. He's in 30 something, but to me he's young.
Yeah,
he loves all that. He loves all that hair shit. So he's like, no, we should do Wasp. I went, yeah,
fuck yeah.
Wasp? Yeah. And then I was like, oh yeah, it's actually pretty good. All right, yeah,
it is. Bro, I love that shit, and not even in an ironic fucking way.
Right.
I love listening to that shit. You doing a Wasp record? I'm listening.
Yeah, so we did that. So now we got another one. We got another hair metal song that we're doing. And
do you want to spill? What is it?
Oh no, I can tell you right now, it's Skid Row, Slave to the Grind.
That's a hard song though.
It's a hard song. So
that second Skid Row album's heavy, bro.
And again, the drummer's idea. It was his idea. He's like, let's do another one. You know, like, how many hardcore bands come up there? They do Leeway, they do Breakdown, they do Killing Time, they do Cro-Mags,
they do Crucified. You know,
they Crucified. They're all great songs, but like this was a little left of center. So like, all right, let's do this.
Did you ever do a Motley Crue song?
What's up?
Did you ever do a Motley Crue song?
No,
I don't think so.
And getting back to Eddie, funny enough, is that we recorded like a thrash version of Folsom Prison Blues.
Yeah.
And we did a show at Leeway, and Eddie came up to me. He was like, I want to get you on the show in Hoboken only if you do Johnny Cash. And he was like, I can't believe you guys did Johnny Cash at this show. He was like, that's so crazy that you did that.
It's kind of crazy. It's awesome.
It all comes kind of weird full circle that, but again, shits and giggles. I was like, we should do like a thrash version of Johnny Cash. And then we did a Leeway show. And that was nothing about Eddie. Eddie was like, he kept his word. He was like, I'm going to get you on another show with us. And sure enough, you know, because we did Johnny Cash, it impressed him. I don't know. He was, I didn't know you could actually sing a little bit.
Oh, shit. Well, that's why I was like, we were all racking our brains. It was like, all right, we don't want people with Cookie Monster fucking vocals. Right. So who has chops that can sing? And I'm racking my brain. I was like, listen, Jeff can sing.
But it was like a telephone game. It was like Jeff could sing, but it turned into Jeff could sing. And I was like, I can't sing. I was like, I can sing.
Right. I can sing, but I'm not hitting Eddie notes.
Right. I'm like, I can enunciate.
Right.
I can stay in key here and there.
We'll fucking throw caution to the wind and see what happens.
But but you know, it's funny because like in this world of heavy music, that's a big deal. Just saying you can enunciate because it's normally super heavy, and then they do the clean vocals. Yeah. Well, I'm just kind of like in the middle the whole time.
Yeah.
So but then it kind of turned into Jeff can sing. I was like, oh,
nice.
Bring it down a notch. I'm like, I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
Yeah,
but
So you have 13 songs done and recorded, finished, mastered everything.
Done. No, we're mastering them now.
All right. So
and we got
when can we anticipate the first release of however you're gonna release it?
I don't know because I wanna. You know, my thing too is like, and I'm not saying it's great music, but how do I say it without, like, you could make the next. By no means by saying it, you could be the next fucking Master of Puppets, but if no one knows it's out there, no one cares.
Right.
You could write the next Age of Quarrel, and no one gives a fuck because no one hears it.
Right.
So the thing now is that anybody can go online right now, upload their music, which is great, but you're kind of like in a flood of like.
Yeah.
So I want to just sit with, Mike, my guitar player, and just have a game plan of like, how are we going to make this? How are we going to let people know it's out?
Right.
I said, I don't want to spend 2 years making a record and no one knows it's out there. I'm like, I'm not looking to get big by any means. Obviously not. You know, my age, I'm not looking to fucking do anything.
Right.
But I don't want to put my soul into something and no one even knows it's. I'd rather have someone go, I heard your shit, you suck.
Right.
I'd rather someone tell me that than go, oh, you guys are still doing stuff. You don't even record. That's gonna piss me off.
100%.
Tell me we suck.
Right.
Don't tell me that you didn't even know the music. So we finished recording. Now I just want to sit with him and figure out a game plan of how letting people know it's out there, and just they can decide if it's good or not.
Right.
But I just want people to know it's out. Without I don't want to just go like, I booked so many bands. I book. Every weekend I'm booking bands, and they'll get on stage at Pugs. New albums. I'm like, what album? Like, what album are you talking about?
Yeah.
You made a recording, and it's great. You can upload your shit now to Spotify, but like, you got to let people know you're doing stuff. You can't just record and just hope it goes viral. Like, you got to do something.
Yeah.
So that's my main thing. Just I want to let people know there's some songs on there that we recorded. I think people are gonna fucking hate. They're gonna hate it. I'm like, it's gonna sound.
But you never know. Some of the ones that you think fucking hate, people fucking love.
True. But there's gonna be stuff that's gonna be too metal, too commercial, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'd rather hear someone say that than be like, oh, I get, because like being in the band, I get so many. It's a weird thing because we get messages all the time, like, I saw you guys in 1992 at the Rock Palace. I saw you guys was sick of it all, and then it is great, but then they have no idea that we've still together. I go, we have new music, and they're like, what? Like they only know, which is great. I appreciate it, but I'd rather someone message me and go, I heard your new shit, it blows.
Yeah.
Than to be like, you were my favorite band at 16. I hate to hear that. I'm sorry that you guys broke up.
Dude, what are you guys, a band for like 34 years or some shit like that?
Yeah.
90? When did you guys form? 90? 89?
90, 89, around then. 89.
Right, so let's round off to 90. We're going on 30. We're going on 35 years.
Yeah. It's a long time.
Crazy. This don't last 35 fucking days, bro.
I know. So our drummer and our bass player, they've been alive as long as the band's been together. Like the young, the young guys, that's how long the band has been together.
It's hilarious. I was at Black and Blue. I was at the Black and Blue Bowl, and I was the second day when that band Drain played, and Terror and Madball. Yeah. And I was talking, Jay the bus driver, Jay Seltzer. So I'm bullshitting with him, and I'm looking, and it was a great thing to see. There was a lot of young kids for that band. I think that's good. It's great. And I was at first, because I was at both shows, and the AF show and the second one. And the second day, I got there for doors, and the line was wrapped around the fucking block with all these young kids. And I was just like, I don't know how this is going to transpire. Is it going to be a pit? Like, I don't understand, who are they here to see? But let me tell you something. This young fucking generation, at least the kids that were there that night who came to see that band End It from Baltimore, people went nuts. That band Scowl, which I had no idea was a girl singer.
Yeah, I like them too.
Bro, people were going off to them. And then when Drake, listen, I'm not saying Madball and Terror, people were going fucking ape shit too. But Drain came on, and then I was just like, holy shit. And it was late, bro. It was like 10:30 on a Sunday. And I was standing off on the stage off to the side. And all the way to the back wall of the Monarch was people, side to side. And it was fucking incredible, dude. So my whole fucking point, what the fuck was I saying, bro? There was a whole point of me babbling like that for some reason.
About the young kids, thankfully, into this stuff. I mean, I don't know. There is a bunch of young kids into it, which is good.
Yeah,
I'm all about the young kids getting into it. I'm all about that.
Yeah, see, now that's gonna piss me off because there was a fucking point, and then I went off the rails in my own head, and I do that shit.
I do the same thing. I do the same thing.
Yeah, I do all the time. You know when it's gonna hit me when we're done. That's what's gonna happen every fucking time. God.
No, I do. I argue with people all the time, like that young people should have their own music,
right?
And even though we were just saying before, like you got to give the older bands their flowers.
I'm sorry. Before I lose it again, I remember I was talking with Jay Seltzer, and we were looking at all these young people, and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? And Jay was like, we both have gray hairs older than half of this crowd.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? And I did the math real quick. I'm like, you're fucking right. I got my first gray hair when I was like 23. Guaranteed I have gray hairs older than people in this crowd. Sorry, now I got that off my chest. Continue.
I think that's a good thing. That's me. I think that's
it's great. It's great. We're flipping generations, bro.
Yeah, I'm all about young kids being at shows. I'm all about young kids. As much as I want them to know about, the original bands, like I was saying, like Leeway and Nazi Front. It's like when someone will play a band for me, hardcore band, a metal band, and I don't like. It's just I don't like it. It's not my. And I know they're popular, and I go, I'm not going to sit there and go, this sucks. I go, I'm aged out, and that's okay.
Right.
I remember very distinctly when I was like 13, and I was into Slayer and Venom and Metallica, and the guys who were like 20 something, they were like, bro, that shit sucks. You know, they were into Rainbow and, you know, Iron Maiden and, you know, the old, you know, Judas Priest and the old guard, you know what I mean? So when Slayer and that shit, you know, that was for the kids, you know what I mean? Now Slayer's old, but at the time, that was the new. So when someone plays me a new band and I go, I don't get it, but it's okay.
It is.
That's them. They're supposed to. I don't like when we try to push only our music, you know, Gen X, you know, on these young kids, because I'm like, now we're not going to End It grow. Like, if we keep saying, you know, go see Biohazard, don't go see End It. Like, no. See Biohazard and let End It open for them.
Right.
So that way End It grows.
100%.
You know, that's my view, because there's so many guys our age, they're like, you know, you tell them a band and they're like, now, you know, I'm like, okay, it's fine if you don't like it, but let the kids have their thing.
Right.
They should have their thing. You know, if I don't like I actually do think Scal is good, but like if my friends who don't like Scal, I'm like, well, you're fucking 50. You're not supposed to like.
Right.
I'm like, you know,
I wasn't mad. I didn't know I had no idea that it was a female singer until they came on.
Yeah.
And I gave him a shot. And do I know songs? No, but let me tell you something. That fucking that girl, that singer, and that band, they brought it. And I was like, I can't be mad at this. Like,
no.
I'm not familiar with it, but I'm not hating it. I'm not hating it. This is actually a fun, very cool fucking band. But you know what? You know what I don't like, and I'm gonna sound like the fucking get off my lawn guy. I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of these newer kids, they don't, even though they have these fucking phones in their hand all the time, they don't know the roots at all. And that's the thing that bothers me, because we grew up with no internet, no nothing. We had fucking fanzines and word of mouth and flyers. Yeah. But for some reason, we would open up liner notes and we would learn about other bands. Like, once I found Leeway, then I found Agnostic Front. That was Liberty and Justice album. Once I found that, then I went back in time. I went to, fucking Cause for Alarm, United Blood, Victim in Pain. And then I started doing my own research because I wanted to know about it.
Yeah.
So I think it's like if I would have asked, I'm going to say 4 out of the 10 younger kids that were at that show at the Black and Blue Bowl who were there to see Drain and Scowl, I guarantee you if I asked them, name 3 VOD songs, they wouldn't even know who I was talking about.
Probably not.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that kind of bothers me. Not in a crazy way. It doesn't bother me like I lose sleep over it. But it's just like kind of like, dude, why don't you just do your research? Because just to know where it could, or maybe that's just me. I like to know the roots of the history of the shit, where it came from, how it branched off, who used to play in this band and this, that. You know, it's like if I said to one of those kids, yo, you know who Craig Ahead is? They're like, who?
Right.
He only played in fucking a dozen bands at a legendary. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the kind of stuff, that's that grouchy old man in me that kind of makes me aggravated.
Well, my hope is that the kid who's listening to Scowl and End It, that those bands, End It and Scowl, are telling that the young kids, this is what you got to check out now. Yeah. Or, you know, this is who influenced us. And they'll get into it.
She did give Madball a couple of big shout-outs on stage, though. She did actually say that if it wasn't for Madball, she wouldn't be on that stage, which was cool.
Then that's all you need. You need her, because me and you telling them some kid, they don't give a shit. But if she says
I'm surprised more than 2 people listen to this shit.
Exactly.
They're gonna listen to fucking talk to them.
Yeah, I hear that like Knocked Loose play Coachella. I'm floored. And then my hope is that some kid checks out Knocked Loose and then does like you and I did when we were kids. Well, then Knocked Loose says something on stage and says, "Check out this." That's my hope. I hope, but because they're not gonna listen to the old guy standing there watching going, Knocked Loose, you got to really check out. They don't give a shit. But if the
we're the old guys in the fucking venue, but we're the old men.
Yeah. Well, I'm that guy in the back now. I can't do anything. I'm not doing it. I'm done.
Everything hurts. I had a whole plan because Terror's one of my favorite bands, and they're so fun. And I'm off on the side of the stage, and Steve Messina, the photographer, I was like, yo, man, I was like, I'm going to give you like my wallet and my money and shit and my phone because when Terror comes on, I think I'm going to fucking lose my shit. Bro, Terror came on. I was on the stage. I was loving it, but I was like, I ain't diving. It's not happening. I'm not. It's not happening. It's just. I think I'm just retired, bro.
Yeah.
For a while there, I would lace up my fucking shoes a little tight for a couple of bands, like Life of Agony. For some reason, I always find myself moving around and sick of it all. I thought for sure that I'd go nuts for Terror, but I was like, you know what? I think it's against my better judgment.
Your body's telling you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, fuck that. Let me just stand up here and enjoy it, and I'll know that I'll walk out in one piece uninjured and have a good time.
It takes a long time to heal now at our age. It takes a long time to heal.
That.
I'm too old. I sit home and that's it. I'll be fine in the back. I'm that guy in the back.
Right.
Look how you kids have fun.
Yeah, have exactly. Fun, this is your time. Have at it. Go kill it. Kill it.
Yeah, each other. Exactly. Have fun.
Yeah.
But the way they went 22, even with a lot of the newer hardcore bands, they don't even. I think what they're missing out on is, and what's weird for me is they think it's good. It's a weird thing. Like they open up that big hole now, the kids, and it's like 4 guys doing the karate shit.
Yeah,
and I don't see like big, giant, monstrous, berserk pits anymore. You always see it looks like one big circle with 4 guys.
That's the case in a lot of situations, except the Black and Blue Bowl this year.
Except that.
I was
this
like,
hardcore looks like it's a crazy thing.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, man, this is crazy.
That's good.
Well, that's what Eddie used to say. He used to be, everybody, I don't want to be sitting in this, he used to call it a guppy tank. Like, I'm filling this guppy tank over here. What is this? The hardcore horseshoe. Sick of it all. Yeah. Hardcore horseshoe on the record that we
I don't like how it looks. And being in a band and you look out, now it looks like you're playing to an empty room. It's like fucking 500 kids in there. And now you look out, there's nobody here.
Yeah.
So you're sitting over here now.
Yeah.
Because no one's going in the front anymore because of this whole hole.
Yeah.
And there's a whole generation of young bands now that think this is normal. I go, no, it's not normal. That's not normal at all.
Go on YouTube, kids, and type in Agnostic Front Anthem and watch that video. You cannot tell where the stage at CB's begins, ends, where the crowd starts, finishes. It's just a fucking room packed with people.
That's my thing. I like that.
I
like sing-alongs and things like. I'd rather see the crowd singing along now than that big horseshoe and.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'd rather see the crowd do the metal thing and put your fist in the air than that hole. I hate that hole. I hate the hole.
Yeah,
that's my old man thing. Either. My old man thing is I hate the hole. I hate the horseshoe. By golly, I hate the horseshoe.
There you go. Listen, it's a valid fucking gripe. I get it. You're very welcome. Oh shit! So, have you been watching wrestling? You know, as we were talking, a couple of things pop in my head because we were talking about graveyards and shit earlier. I go on these crazy road trips. Right, the last 3 summers, I've been going on these crazy road trips, different spots in the country. I'm leaving on the 5th of this month, and I'm actually next Saturday. I'm flying out to Cali. I'm doing this whole big thing with me and my daughter, but. I have a couple of things on my list of wrestlers that I'm going to be visiting their graves.
Nice.
One of them is Eddie Guerrero.
Okay.
He's buried in the same cemetery as superstar Billy Graham. So I'm going to be visiting them too. I just recently visited King Kong Bundy. He's in Jersey.
Nice.
Christopher Pally.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And his used car lot is literally on the corner of the cemetery, and it's called Pally's. Yeah, man. His family still runs it. King Kong Bundy's family runs a used car lot right next to the cemetery where he's buried.
I never knew that.
Dude, it was dope. It was awesome, bro. I go over there and I'm like, oh, where the fuck is it? Whatever. And I find it, and people left like, you know, the rubber fucking WWF King Kong.
Yeah.
People left shit there, a picture with him, and like, awesome, just fucking cool shit. I visited Rick Rude. I saw Paul Orndorff. I visited. You Yeah,
Nice.
I go around doing all that. Big John Stud. I have, bro, it's creepy, bro, but I have grave dirt from Big John Stud's tombstone.
Great.
I do.
I love listen.
I know. I think you see you on tell you'll appreciate the stupid shit.
I love all this shit. I love all this shit. I love it. You know, it's like wrestling is different than we talk about music. Where wrestling, like you'll talk to a young kid, and they know Ric Flair and they know guys from the '80s. Like wrestling fans learn the old guys.
Yeah,
they do. They go back and they learn that stuff.
Yeah,
but I grew up on it. My dad came from. What's funny is my dad came to visit me by last year. He's like, "Why do you watch this bullshit?" I'm like, "You." I'm like, "It was you, Dad." So my dad came from Italy. He didn't understand baseball. He hated American football. He would watch wrestling and Bruno Sammartino. So I just stuck with it since I'm a kid. I've been watching it now my whole life. For over 40 years, I've been watching wrestling.
Me too, bro.
Yeah.
I fucking
my whole life.
Saturday morning, 10 o'clock, I would be sitting Indian style. You can't say that no more. I was sitting Indian style in front of my TV watching Superstars of Wrestling.
Yeah.
You know? Rocky Johnson, Tony Atlas were tag team champions. The Wild Samoans, Lou Albano, Tito Santana had the rivalry with Greg Valentine, Rowdy Piper.
All that stuff. Yep.
All that shit. I grew up on that shit. Amazing.
Me too. Yeah. Like when me and you are done, I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm DVRing WWE, and I'm gonna watch. You know, that's what I do. I fast forward half the shit. I fast forward half of it, but I make sure I watch. You know, I DVR everything. I watch AEW. I watch WWE. I watch them. I watch everything.
It's entertaining shit. And there's guys at work. Like I'll bring up wrestling or something. The guys at work, I'm like, you have no idea. You're so ignorant. It's the stupidest argument. It's fake. All that bullshit. I'm like, do you realize that it's like one take? It's like what these guys are doing with no redos, no do-overs. It's like it's live, and you have no idea what these guys are fucking doing, man.
Yeah. There's people who watch reality TV and go, wrestling's fake.
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
What do you think Housewives of New Jersey is?
That's not fucking scripted. Get the fuck out of here.
It's faker than wrestling. What are you talking about?
100%.
I used to keep my nerd shit on the DL on social media because I wanted to meet girls. So I made sure I never said about my wrestling and my horror movie love. Now it's cool.
I've always. I never hit that shit. I love them.
No, I did.
People love them.
Well, that's because you're a handsome guy. But when you look like Haysex Calhoun, you can't say you like wrestling and horror.
Stop it. I love it though. I love all that shit. But like, there's some shit that's come out that I haven't seen yet. Like, did you watch In a Violent Matter?
Yeah, I saw it. When I saw it,
I didn't see it yet. I heard mixed things about it. What do you think?
I'm in a weird minority because either people loved it or hated it. Right. I was like, it's good. It's good.
It's okay.
It's different.
Okay. It's different. That I like. That's good. That's a good thing. You know what I watched? I posted it because I finished it last night. There was only like a half hour left, but Saturday night I started, but it was just too late. Bro, I never seen it from 2018. Did you ever see the house that Jack built?
Yes.
Bro.
Fuck that movie.
I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, how is Matt Dillon, who you know from like The Outsiders and Something About Mary, and all, I work with cards and all that, like, but he plays a calculated, super dark, intelligent, fucking serial killer maniac.
Yeah, that movie's fucked up.
And he pulled it up, bro. There's this shit with the kids and this dragon, bro. Crazy
movie. Yeah,
horror movie.
My buddy's into all that like really extreme shit, and we used to call it. We called it the murder basement because he had a basement and his kids weren't allowed. And it was almost like instead of having like when I was younger, like the dad would have like porn. He had instead of porn like all these fucked up horror movies. Nice. It was like my kids not allowed in here. I can't see these. You know all the crazy shit, like all the underground horror shit. And I love anything with horror. I love commercial horror, underground horror. High-end, artsy-fartsy, dopey, stupid. Anything horror I'm in.
Yeah, bro. Go on to Tubi, bro. The free app, Tubi.
Tubi's the best.
Bro, they have the amazing horror shit. Microwave Massacre. Like, what the fuck? Like 1980.
I love Tubi. Tubi's the best.
Yeah, bro. You watch movies, it looks like they were fucking took $20 to make. You know what I mean? Yeah. Bro, You know what I'm gonna try? I'm gonna try. I do this whole. You see the whole location shit that I do. So right, there's all Delta Bravo shit, blah blah blah. But I have this huge itinerary for my trip because I'm going to San Francisco, then I'm going down to LA, Santa Cruz. I'm staying right off the beach where they filmed the fucking Lost Boys, like the whole shit, right? So, but I do have a filming location, and I need to be able to get in the backyard. It's someone's house. Someone fucking lives there. So I'm gonna have to like, I don't know, I have hand tattoos and a fucking Brooklyn accent. I'm gonna stick out like crazy. They're gonna think I'm gonna try to home invade them. But I'm gonna knock on their fucking door and I'm gonna be like, listen, I'm not a crazy person. I just know that this is in the backyard is where the ending scene of the Slumber Party Massacre happened. And I just want to go back there and take pictures. But they're gonna think I'm out of my fucking mind, but I don't give a shit. I already have the screenshots of the guy with the joke falling into the pool after the girl stabs him. Like I'm ready. I'm prepared for.
And you know what? If they don't know that they're living there like that, then maybe they could use it, make some money off it down the road.
100%, yeah, bro. A lot of things.
Yeah, so maybe
did shit like that. Like
maybe you'll be helping them out.
House, the Christmas story, Danny Boy from Pennsylvania, the Outsider's house. I just recently found out that the fucking house from Short Circuit is now an Airbnb. You can stay at Buffalo Bill's house and fucking from Silence of the Lambs.
No, it's a great, smart idea. No, it's smart idea.
Yeah. I'm going to stop in Albuquerque because I want to hit a bunch of Breaking Bad shit. And the woman who owns Walter White's house is batshit insane crazy.
I know she doesn't like it. I saw it.
Well, she's a little excessive, but I understand in the beginning because in the famous scene from Breaking Bad is when he gets frustrated and he throws the pizza and it winds up on the garage roof. Well, people used to come by and throw pizzas on the lady's fucking roof.
That I can't get mad at.
Right. But now she has like cones and gates and like no trespassing and cameras. And she like sits on her porch all day long and curses you out and screams and yells. Even if you're in the street taking pictures, she snaps. So I told my daughter, like, listen, we're going to get yelled at when we go to Heisenberg's house. But just ignore her and I don't take my pictures. And she's like, all right. She's like, I don't care. I'll record it. I'm like, all right, I don't care.
That's half the fun.
Of course. At least you know what we're walking into.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. Oh, fuck. Any shows coming up? Any Enrage shows?
No, actually, no. No, we're not going to, we did, I did the thing for you, and then Enrage did the other Leeway thing in Jersey, and that's it. We were like, we're not going to play until the new music comes out. Unless, I'm hoping there's not like a benefit coming. You know what I mean? I'm hoping nothing bad happens.
Yeah, let's
that's the only way we're going to do it. If there's a benefit and someone asks us, we'll do it. But we're not going to do anything until the new music comes out. Right. That's it.
Yeah, people are asking me like, "Come on, man, you gonna book any more shows?" I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it was fun, and I did it for a reason. I didn't do it just to book a show. There was a reason behind it. It's not like, I'm going to get back into booking shows. It was never that way. It was just like, I'm going to do this one thing, and
and booking shows.
Hopefully, nobody that I know and care about passes away anytime soon.
Exactly. Let's hope we don't need to do any more benefits for a while.
Exactly. Yeah. I think at this point, that's how I feel. I'm like, if I'm going to do anything, it's going to be something that means something. Something that's not about me or Blast Furnace, none of that shit. It's for a reason,
Exactly.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Hopefully nothing.
I
think we all need a break. We all need a break from fucking cancer and friends dying and all that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, good shit, brother. Anything else you want to talk about? You want to fucking, I don't know.
No.
I never go into this with any notes or anything. I just,
No, I think I'm working a lot. I'm booking bands on Staten Island. I'm keeping busy.
If somebody's band wants to play Pugs, how do they get in touch with you?
World Enrage on Instagram, or hit me up on Facebook.
That's
it. On Facebook or on Instagram, you can message me. I can book them at Pugs or the Hop Shop or the Rock House or the Old Swiss. I do like 4 or 5 different places. So I do the heavier stuff at Pugs. If you're like an indie band, I'll do the Hop Shop. So I kind of do that now. I kind of put
a little indie band. You play like a banjo and a washboard.
If you're doing that, I put you at the hop shop.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah. If you're that kind of hipster, the hipster stuff I do over there.
All right,
You know, if you're a metal band, I put over here. You know, that's how I do now.
good.
So keep them
Good to
busy. I'm
separate
glad
everything.
to be busy. Glad to be busy. I always say that.
Yeah, same here, man. Between work and doing this and road trips and actually going to the gym for the last several months.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, man. I didn't want to be one of those jerk-offs where it's like New Year, New Me nonsense. So it was like, but I got like a flyer in the mail, like January 1st. I'm like, I'm gonna wait like a couple of weeks and then I'm gonna join because I don't want to be in the gym like January 2nd, like every other asshole.
Yeah.
All right. So like mid-January, like several times a week, I'm in the gym and it's good. You know, I space my time out and everything is fucking lovely. Between being a father, work, doing this show, you know, I wrote a fucking book, which is insane.
Right.
I don't even know how I fucking did that shit. It's fucking baffling to me.
I think it's fantastic.
I think it's fantastic too, but sometimes I forget that I even did that. I'm like, fuck, I did that. Yeah, it's true. It's just fucking weird. I don't know.
Busy. It's awesome.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Very cool. Well, the only thing I will say, I was like, support my sponsor, who is Generation Records, of course. Follow them on Instagram at Generation Records. They are located at 210 Thompson Street down in the West Village in New York City. They've been around since the early 90s. The greatest fucking record shop in the city. Shout out to Marc. That's another thing I need to say is that Marc from Generation Records donated to the raffle package at the Eddie Leeway tribute. He donated it was on green vinyl. There was the reissues of Born to Expire. So he donated a test press for Born to Expire and like 10 other vinyl records, Bad Brains and a bunch of stuff. And it was really cool. So shout out to everybody who, first of all, the bands who all stepped up, everybody who participated in the Leeway tribute set, every single person who walked in the door, who donated the $20 to get in, who bought raffle tickets, who donated extra money on top of the admission, you know, who bought shirts and all of that. Everyone who shared it, you know, everybody that came together, because at the end of the day, man, we all did a fucking good thing, dude. We did a good thing.
You're right, brother. It was a beautiful day in its own way. You know what I mean?
100%. It was bittersweet. Yeah. I walked out of there being like, I felt good that everything went good, and I knew in my chest that I just partook in a really good thing.
Exactly.
And that's all it was about, you know.
Yep.
So
I hear you.
Yeah, man. So other than that, the only other thing is follow if you follow the Brooklyn Blast Furnace on Instagram, just unfollow it. I haven't had access to that in 5 years. It's been hacked. I have no way to get into it. I tried the video thing, but my face isn't on there. It's flyers of everyone else. It's not a personal thing. So it's pointless. So I made an Instagram page when I started writing the book. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to make another Instagram and this and that and have to explain it's not this blast furnace one, it's this blast furnace. I don't want to go through all that shit. So the Instagram is Relatively Unscathed. It's the title of the book. It's a podcast, personal fucking book, all of it wrapped up in one. Relatively Unscathed. That's it.
Relatively Unscathed.
That's right. That's how I came out of everything. Relatively, because no one ever said I was normal. No one ever claimed that. Right. Jeff, beautiful, man. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man. Always fun bullshit with you. When you start dropping music, you want to come back on and shoot the shit. Let's do it.
100%. You'll be one of the first to know. I promise you.
Sounds like 100%, brother. Be
all
safe.
Right, man.
Go eat some lentils.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Later, bye. Bye.